Hi everyone, I'm Claire and I'm the psychology assistant at Polaris. And today with us we have Christina Theopolis, who is going to be telling us a little bit about how COVID has been affecting our teens and how we can support them together as a community.
Now, COVID, it's one of our greatest challenges. So basically what we're doing with Polaris is that we're going to be offering uplifting support groups for teens. So this was supposed to be the best years of their life. You know, for us, when we think about our high school or college experiences, it was probably the most stress-free time. You know, we start the flirting, learning about ourselves, sports, all that stuff. And our peer group was more important than our actual family. And we're taking that away from teens right now. We're giving them sanctions if they're, too close together, if they're hugging. And this is our human need, is to have that sense of connection.
So if we had to start off by having a bit of a look about how COVID has affected our teens, what do you feel have been the most major impact that there has been, or the most prominent effect that it has had on them?
I think it's really important to go back right before COVID. It's really important to know that teens were already stressed. They were already lonely. They were already dealing with anxiety and depressive moods. Now it's amplified. If you want to just go quickly through the symptoms they're experiencing. So there's bodily symptoms, tense muscles. Of course, we have a temperature gun at their, in their forehead. They're watching their, loved ones have the same. There's a lot of shock. So the breathing is changing. We have a shortness of breath. We're not taking those long, deep breaths. So we're having less oxygen to the brain. So maybe less ability to concentrate, to stay focused, to stay calm. And then some teens on the extreme spectrum are even using self-harm, right? By cutting themselves to kind of release some of this pain or stress. So it's really important for parents to check in with their child, especially if you're the same gender, to kind of, after your child gets out of the shower, maybe go hug them and check in on them and look for any kind of scratches or cuts that could be located in hidden areas. Could be on like the thighs, the hips, all these secretive places. There was an article I read recently that a father wrote saying, "My daughter didn't kill herself. Instagram killed her." So his daughter committed suicide, but he said it was because she was on social media too much. And she actually got into a group where they were promoting self-harm, showing like how deep their cuts were. So it's really important to monitor your child's phone or tablet, even though they might think, no, it's mine. No, if you're under 18, they still need so much guidance and supervision. So as parents, I think you should talk about who you're writing, who you're talking to, and let me see, because your child, again, might be a victim of bullying, might be a bully him or herself. So you want to really check in on what they're seeing, because these images or these videos could have, long-lasting effects. Know who their friends are, where they're going, because during this time, these kids could be engaging in at-risk behaviors, going through drugs or alcohol, because they see their parents doing it. Mom's having a glass of wine every night. So maybe when they're with their friends, they want a glass of wine. They're highly empathetic and acutely aware of what's going on around them. So when they see their parents unhappy, obviously because maybe they lost their job or their business is shut down or they're having financial problems, health problems, all this, the youth are watching, and they feel it, and they feel helpless.
It's like the situation is much larger than anything they can do to support perhaps their loved ones or even themselves. And it's like the situation is bigger than them.
So the mental effects or the mental burdens that the youth are going through is for sure difficulty concentrating in school, wearing a mask all day, watching their teacher teach wearing a mask. They can't read their nonverbal behaviors, which is their academic performance is dropping. They have a lot of fear on their mind, so that even they're having difficulty completing homework assignments. They don't have that perfect atmosphere to study in. So I also think it's important for teachers to suggest a working environment or a studying environment. Make it a sanctuary, make it as zen as possible without any clutter, without any distractions, without any noise. Really on the weekends during this time of lockdown to organize your rooms or a study place. A lot of the stress that students are under or youth are under is because their hopes and their dreams some of them have been crushed. They have so much uncertainty about future jobs that they actually think it's pointless to even listen to their teachers. Everything is useless because they're just, soaking in their negative thoughts. And so this is where we have to change their thoughts, let them know that there's still hope at the end of the tunnel, that the storm will pass and we have to work on it now. We have to, start planning now together. And that's why this support group is so important, because the teens will be feeding off of each other and not an adult. We're going to be, Polaris and I are going to be supervising and monitoring the group, but they're going to be uplifting each other because they don't care really about what mom thinks. We care about what our peers think because they understand each other, being the same age and all.
Christina, the idea of these support groups sounds really lovely. Can you tell us a little bit more about them and about how they're going to work out?
So there's going to be two parts. The first is going to be a private Facebook group for all the teens, and then there's going to be a WhatsApp group, which have smaller groups from 5 to 10 members. And in that smaller group on WhatsApp, they're going to be doing weekly exercises and texting each other. For example, on Mondays we're going to have it Gratitude Day. So on Monday, text each other to the group 3 things that you're grateful for. Right away, even if the person is in a slump, because we want to prevent depression, we want to prevent anxiety. So if he or she is sitting there with his phone in the hand, nobody's calling him or her, she doesn't want to do her homework, and then boom, she gets 5 text messages from their group. They don't know who they are. They just know that they're going through the same thing. And these other teens start texting, what they're grateful for in their own life. Like, I'm so grateful for my bed. I'm so grateful that I'm studying. I'm so grateful for my teachers, for the food I had today. So anything that comes to the teen's mind in relation to gratitude, they'll text it to each other. Mondays. Wednesdays, for example, will be to text their wow moments. Wednesday wow moments. So all the joys that happen, like, wow, I got an A+ or 90% on my math test, or wow, what such a beautiful day outside. No sarcasm, not like, wow, it's raining. I don't know. They have to make it positive text. So for the teen, it's constantly receiving alerts to change the mindset. Suggest the greatest prevention against depression or depressive moods out of all my years of research on suicide prevention and response. One of the key ingredients to feeling better is to be helping others. So another exercise that we're going to be doing on WhatsApp with the teens is for them to think about what they could be doing to help society or their family, how they could contribute. Because once you contribute, you shift your attention away from your own self-pity and all the negativity. And then you start feeling like, hey, maybe I can make a difference.
The Facebook group, how's that going to be functioning?
So the private Facebook group is going to just have everyone there together. If they have any questions, if maybe I wanted to upload a lecture relating to yoga or meditation that will help ease the child's stress level, on nutrition, maybe fitness, any kind of videos that we want to share with each other to help uplift each other, or lectures that I'll be giving as well.
Okay. So it's like a resource point almost, eh?
Exactly, the resource point, and then if there's any problems, that's where we discuss together. We'll set some rules and some guidelines, perhaps, between 5 to 8 p.m. are the times that we could send those text messages on WhatsApp. We want them still to get a good night's rest.
Okay, very good. And of course, all these interactions are going to be monitored by professionals working in the field, right? So we can even gauge if something is going wrong, we'd be able to swoop in and support.
Exactly. They're all going to be monitored. Every chat, there's always going to be an adult supervision or monitor going on to really make sure that they're participating. We're going to ask them, are you okay? We're going to check in with each other and encourage each other to submit it. And if they don't feel like submitting, there's no penalty. It's just really doesn't matter. We all have our ups and down days. If they're having a down day and don't want to participate in the chat, at least they're getting them, which is still very positive.
Okay, very good. So how do people go about to register for these support groups?
PolarisConsultancy.live, and we'll stick it below so you could just click on it and register. And it'll go on for about 3 months. And if you want it to be continued, then you just register again. But for 3 months, and I guarantee you'll see a change in your child.
Thank you very much, Christina. I think this was very informative. So we've heard a little bit about how COVID has been affecting our teens, also about these wonderful support groups that we are planning and that we have in store to help support. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Maybe something you want to say directly to our teens?
I guess what I would want to tell teens is that this too shall pass. Things will get better, and you're not alone. We're in this together. You have full of support around you, and I know how hard it is to make friends. At every age group, we all want and need friends. So this group will help you make new friends, maybe even outside of Malta. So this is an opportunity where you can meet other teens your age that are going through what you're going through, people outside of your school environment.
Okay, so thank you very much, Christina. It was a pleasure having you and talking to you and listening to your insights. For the teens out there, keep watching the space because we're going to be posting more information about these support groups in the coming weeks. Okay, hang in there. We're here for you.
We're here
Bye-bye.
for you. Ciao.
Bye.